Hello everyone, welcome or welcome back to the Venusian Light Tarot. So today we are going to be doing an intuitive scrying reading. So if you have not seen these before, I'm going to be using this black obsidian scrying ball, and I'm just going to be seeing what I can pick up on, what I can see and channel here for you. So we're going to see what message or messages need to find you right now. So as you come across this reading, what is most important for you to hear, or what is most important for you to know right now? What's kind of urgent, or what just needs to find you at this moment? So we have 3 groups to choose from. But before we start, let's set the intention that this reading will be for whoever it's for. And I trust that Spirit will guide you to this reading if it's right for you. So trust your intuition if you feel called to this reading, and just take what resonates. So these 3 cards, 3 groups were selected by Spirit. So group number 1, you have the seashell. Group number 2, you have the water pot. And then group number 3, you have the camera. So really choose intuitively, not just what the card says. It doesn't have to be related to the messages on the card, but just choose whichever one you feel most drawn to and trust yourself with that. If you do need more time, you can pause the video, and the timestamps are going to be down below. If you would like to book a private reading, I also have those details down below in the description box. So whenever you're ready, we will jump into group number 1. Hello, group number 1. If you chose the seashell, let's go ahead and see what comes up for you. I'm going to put your card over here, and we will just put it there for reference, but let's get our scrying ball, and I'm going to see what comes up for you. So tune me in, please, Spirit, to anybody who is here who has chosen group number 2, the seashell. So I trust that whoever is here was guided to hear these messages today, and allow me to tap into as much detail as possible. What do the viewers of this reading most need to hear? What is maybe urgent for them to hear right now, or at the time that they come across this reading, what is a message that needs to find them? Group number 1, I just heard, you can't change the past, you can only develop your future. Okay, so that's some inspirational quote that Spirit wants you to know. I'm also being shown a leopard, and there's something about how a leopard can't change its spots. So I feel like Spirit wants to open this up by saying something involving obviously how, the past situations or people from the past, we can't always change that. We need to kind of look forward. And they are showing here to be, I'm seeing a hammock, and I'm hearing a resting time. So if you feel called to rest right now, this could be something that you need to hear, that it's important for you to take some rest time for yourself, maybe even detaching from situations from the past, or gaining like a different perspective about those situations to look forward, to develop your future. Somebody here, there's some need for clearing or activating around the throat chakra. Okay, I'm hearing. And this seems to have a lot here to do. I feel like somebody needs to hear that it's time for you to be bold with yourself. There's something coming up, and actually they're referring it to like the seashell, and how it's almost like underneath the shell, or if we open the shell, we're able to be, open or receptive, or to kind of show ourselves to the world. And they seem to be connecting it here to the throat chakra. So whatever that's going to mean for you, there's almost like a message that you need to, maybe it's putting yourself out there, or it's just speaking your truth, speaking your mind. Maybe it has a connection to leaving the past in the past, and just sort of opening yourself up for the future. That's something that somebody needs to hear. I'm also being told somebody needs to know that you have a lot of very peaceful guides around you, angels. I'm being shown doves as well. This could be, again, some kind of relaxing or peaceful energy. Maybe you're being called to step into that. Others of you, this is maybe what's coming up, what's on the horizon. And somehow you may know this, or you intuitively, this connects with you in some way. Maybe you're hoping for some more peace in your life, or for some peaceful resolution. And they're showing there to be some kind of situation which is coming to peace. And it could be connected to the heart chakra for some of you too. So maybe relationships, maybe self-love. I'm hearing the name Jordan for somebody. Okay, or that could be the country. But something about Jordan. But yeah, I feel like this is a message here. Somebody needs to know that you're stepping into more peace, or you need to also do whatever it is you can do to ensure that you are living like a peaceful life, and that you're taking peaceful steps at this time to, have the most peace in your life. There's a super random message coming up here about somebody's dog. I don't know if somebody here, your dog is sick, or you've had some issue here with a sick dog, and I'm just being shown something will be okay with that, or that there's I don't know, there's something about a dog here, but for somebody that is the message. Others of you, this could be also support from your animal, okay, whether they are here or passed on. Especially dog is coming up, but there's some kind of support, maybe spending more time with your dog, or you can have a peaceful time, or your dog can bring you comfort or peace. There's something here, they're showing me birds that are communicating back and forth to each other. And this could actually be connected to what I mentioned about stepping away from a situation, maybe taking some time out. Again, there's something here about peace. So if a conversation or some communication or involvement with another person or group of people doesn't bring you peace, then they're showing you to be walking away from that, or just kind of protected right now from that situation. That's for somebody. I'm hearing this too shall pass. So yeah, it almost feels like a bit of like a transitional period here for somebody. If you need to take, again, like a retreat, a step back, if you need time to yourself, then that's what you're being called to do. That's something that you need to hear, but it's going to pass. There's like a temporary situation, or like a temporary rocky road, maybe, if you haven't encountered that yet, but it is going to pass. But they keep wanting to reference the word freedom, and I'm seeing wild horses here. And there's something about like freedom and peace and liberation. So whatever that's going to mean for you personally, but you need to kind of know about that theme, or that's a message that needs to find you right now. I'm being shown the book from Abraham Hicks, Ask and It Is Given. So maybe some of you are reading that, or you may want to read that book. And obviously the concept of that book is law of attraction. So there may be something in that topic that I guess you need to hear right now, or maybe you thought about reading that book and that's a confirmation to read that book. What does group number 1 really need to hear right now? Yeah, again, they really want to focus around some message here of like stepping into power. They're showing me a lion roaring, a lot of like big cat energy. I'm seeing a tiger too, a cougar, something about taking control of your life, or like being a leader, or sharing your voice. And for somebody very specific, if you know what it is that you want to pursue, they want you to know that you're making steady progress towards that. Even if you make like a baby step every day, you're still on the path to you becoming whatever version of yourself that you want to become, or like a powerful leader, or something to where you can share yourself, or you can have a successful outcome to whatever it is you're pursuing. So don't feel that you're not making progress. I mean, you are making a lot of progress, but it could just be like one step at a time. And I'm also getting that some of you need to know that there could be a root cause here connected to inner child. That may not be for everyone, but something that requires maybe healing from the past. So going back to maybe where some fears originated from, or looking into your inner child and how can you kind of shed those layers of yourself so that you can more firmly and more powerfully step into your power is what's coming through here. I'm also being shown an eagle here. So some of you have an eagle as a spirit animal communicating to you in this message. And I'm hearing nothing is impossible. So there's an very inspirational kind of feeling in this pile. And some of you definitely personally do connect with the eagle spirit. And there's a message directly from the eagle here saying that, like, I want you to know that nothing is impossible. If you rise high and you see situations from that lens, nothing is impossible. So there's just something about that freedom and infinite potential and personal power, and retreating when you need to, calling yourself back to self and center when you need to, maybe. I'm hearing Kundalini. So some of you could be going through like a Kundalini activation, Kundalini awakening. Something here about like shamanic healing. This is also very specific. I don't know if Spirit's using this as a metaphor, but I'm hearing if you lost something, you will find it. And some of you, that could be an actual item that you lost. That's just for somebody. Maybe you lost something very important to you, or a piece of jewelry, or whatever it could be, and you will find it. Could also be like a deeper message that if you lost yourself, you will find yourself. If you lost something that was valuable to you, which is not like an actual object, you will find that somehow, something about that. Again, they're referring to like the law of attraction. So maybe this is also a message that some of you are called to kind of work with, setting intentions, maybe affirmations as well, I'm hearing, or just really getting clear about what it is that you want. For some of you, this has a lot to do again with your path. I'm hearing North Node, your path in terms of your life purpose maybe, or where do you envision yourself? What changes can you make? And I'm hearing trailblazer. They want somebody to know that you're a trailblazer and to follow, again, like your own leadership here. Go with your personal power and not holding yourself back. So even if that requires you to be like individually moving towards things, they want you to harness that power and to fiercely kind of move towards that. But yeah, law of attraction, maybe manifestation work, maybe setting intentions around the moon cycles as well as coming through, or any type of intention that you want to set. Yeah, I don't know why I keep getting like inspirational quotes here. So I don't know if somebody watching this, if you are into that, or you see, inspirational quotes. I'm hearing something now about, I don't even know if that's an actual quote, but I'm hearing like, live every moment to the fullest, or laugh when you can, because you never know where life's going to go, or where life's going to churn, something like that. So maybe some of you want to also look into like books that would be inspirational, or that could be the path that you're on right now. But there's a lot of inspiring kind of energy in this pile. So maybe that's just what you need to hear. Maybe you need to be inspired. Maybe you need to be boosted up. Maybe you need to be given like a boost of confidence or something. I'm also getting that some of you need to know that, again, when you step into like a more positive energy within yourself, other people begin to be much more attracted to you, obviously. So if this is about, for some of you, it could be love related. I'm just seeing you kind of walking around somewhere and smiling, and how people gravitate towards you because they see you smiling and they think that you look very attractive and inviting. So whatever that means, if it's about attracting a partner or if it's about just being a positive influence and a light in the world in general, something about raising your vibration and not being afraid to kind of like smile and laugh, and you will attract kind of more flies with honey, or whatever that phrase is. This is super specific and personal to whoever it's for, but I'm being shown, I'm hearing this is the last time, and they're showing something that you've decided to cut out for the last time, and I just don't know what that is. It's going to be different for a lot of you, but there's something, and they're drawing me to this life and death cycle, it says here. So something that is ready to go, it's ready to be released. And it could even be like a process of inner transformation too, like something within you that like you're ready to finally cut this, or you're ready to release this part of you. And it's like something about the final time of it has come though. So you've maybe made that decision for yourself, or you're going to, or maybe you need to. It could be an addiction. It could be something like that. Maybe it's like smoking cigarettes, for example. Maybe you've decided that that was the last time. It could be anything really. But that is something coming through, or you just need to hear that now, that it's time to, I'm hearing break old chains. Yeah. And they're actually connecting it to like the law of attraction message, because maybe some of you are going through some type of like rewiring almost of your subconscious. So maybe it's like letting go of old things, letting go of old behavioral patterns and cycles and addictions, and then rewiring it with new positive kind of affirmations, and with the concept of like the law of attraction, things like that. So that could be something that you need to hear right now as well. I'm also being told somebody needs to hear that you will make it if you put something out there, or you applied for something, or whatever that is. You will make it, is what they want you to know. I'm also being told you will receive news. Some of you, this is going back to like the hammock reference and like a resting period. Maybe this is like a temporary, something here is happening temporarily, or you feel called to temporarily disconnect from somebody or from something, or just take a break from life. You will receive like the news that you needed about that, even if you take a resting time, or like it will come to you eventually, whatever that is, after the resting moment. And yeah, some of you are called right now to definitely go journey inside of yourself on some kind of deep spiritual quest, it feels like. So maybe even some shadow work. It could be there's something here that they're showing me like a train of your mind, like pathways of your mind, which are all kind of intersecting and they keep bumping into each other. So there could be some like conflict of interest here within yourself, or there could be something that you're battling, maybe a decision, or just like which path do I go, something which keeps like running into each other and intersecting. And they are calling somebody to honor this life and death cycle, that some things need to end, and you may need to go within yourself to regenerate again, or to like rebirth yourself again. If that requires stepping away for a while, or asking yourself deep questions about yourself and your path, then that's okay to do that. But they want somebody to know that it's time to like go within. I'm hearing the name Kayla, and also something with the initial K. I'm hearing that again, last time. So that could be connected to what I just said, something that you have acknowledged, like this is the last time I'm going to do this, or this is the last time I'm going to allow this situation or this thing to happen, or something along those lines. I'm being shown somebody at like, looks like a restaurant or a, like even a nightclub, it looks like, or some bar at nighttime. And I'm hearing something about having fun or going out and having fun. So you could be invited somewhere, or it's just time to maybe, it also says here, open up to life. So maybe open yourself up to experiences, to people, to friends, to love interests, to connecting with people, something like that. They want you to be very mindful of your environment when it comes to the people around you. There may be somebody very specific that's coming to your mind as I say this part here, and that would be confirmation that it is that person. Somebody who seems to twist the truth around. You can't really trust them. They're wearing a mask. And there's a weird, because they're showing me somebody sneezing 3 times. And they're showing it to be like a confirmation that you may receive. So maybe this was a confirmation of this person, or how to put it, like something about it just confirms to you that there's something off maybe with a person, or there's something which doesn't feel right. And they want you to know that this individual could have been contributing to this cycle for you. Like a cycle that maybe you have to break, or some inner process here of growth and healing. For those of you who are single, you need to hear that you will find your person. I'm hearing you will find your person one day. So I don't know if it's because of this mask person, maybe you kind of went through an ending or breakup with that person, or you're thinking back to that, but they're showing me that I'm hearing you will find your prince. So somebody needs to know, doesn't matter the gender, it's just what I'm hearing for somebody. You will find somebody here, even if you feel maybe a temporary pause or something of the sort. This is also kind of a specific message, but for some reason I'm hearing adorn yourself in jewelry. I don't know why that's coming through. I don't know if maybe someone has been called recently to start to like wear more jewelry or like up level your appearance. But if you feel called to wear jewelry or to like kind of accessorize yourself more, that's something coming through. I'm hearing the Eye of Horus. Okay, anything else that group number 1 needs to hear today? So it's funny because I was just about to close up the reading and I'm asking here the last thing that needs to come up. And I got this like crowd of messages coming in at one time, like there's much more to say. But they wanted to emphasize like everything you touch will turn to gold. And I can't really explain the energy, but it was something that was like an urgency, like don't go before you say this, like something where, like with the reference of everything crowding in, these messages at the end, it's something like open up again, like with the seashell, like if you open up to opportunities, or there's many things that are going to open up to you, don't be like afraid to try them or to go after these opportunities, because I'm just like everything will turn to gold if you believe it and if you touch it and if you like if you believe in yourself and if you know and take advantage of these kind of opportunities is kind of what it feels like don't miss out, I guess is the feeling. I'm hearing the name Aubrey, Annika. And lastly, there could be some important like meeting. So again, it could be that reference of the bar that came up earlier, or some collaboration or conversation that will take place somewhere, like a chat somewhere at some kind of restaurant or somewhere. And I guess some information will come through at that event or that meeting that is supposed to be like to pay attention to that, basically, or will bring you an answer. So I will leave it here, group number 1. I hope this was helpful. If you did enjoy it, please give it a thumbs up, comment down below. I'd appreciate it. And I will talk to you all next time. Take care and lots of love. Hello, group number 2, if you chose the water pot. Let's go ahead and see what comes up for you. So let's take a look here. I'm just going to clear the energy from group number 1. Okay, so Spirit, tune me into group number 2. Anybody who is here, I trust that they are here for a reason. And what are the messages that they most need to hear for group number 2? So what is kind of urgent for them to hear right now at the time that they have clicked on this reading and coming in shortly? What are the most important messages that need to reach them for group number 2? First of all, I'm getting a strong, urgent message that there's been some kind of guide or spirit which has been trying to reach you. This may not be for everybody, but I'm being shown a hand. This could be a masculine, I'm being told, so a man. It could be someone. This is, again, super specific for somebody. If you are aware that there's been a passed on loved one who was a man, they could be really trying to reach you. Others of you, this is just a spirit guide. So maybe connecting here to your spirit guides is something coming through. Maybe there's a strong message that you need to hear when you do sit down and kind of meditate or get tapped into what this passed on loved one or guide wants to share with you. So make time for that, they want to say, make space for that. So they also, it's funny because you chose the water pot, they want whoever chose this to know that there is a call here for cleansing of the self, cleansing of the soul. Of course, it does say here to self-care. I'm not really reading, this, but they're drawing me to point that out. Water your seeds, self-care, tend to the soul. So what you need to know is that you're about to kind of go through a bit of like a rebirth here. I'm seeing a fire. And it's like the fire wasn't lit before. It's like almost it looks like a bonfire to me. This is just how they're showing it with a metaphor. And now you've kind of started the fire. You've put the candle on, or you're about to very soon. And so this message is finding you at a time where you either need to know that during this process of you kind of starting the fire again in your life, whatever that means. So starting something new, maybe feeling reinvigorated. You've kind of gone through a bit of like a cleansing process to get to this point, or to also further cleanse yourself to prepare for like what's to come, to prepare for this fire that's going to be starting if it hasn't started already. For somebody, this actually could be a ritual that would be useful for you, maybe even like a burning bowl ritual, having a fire and throwing things into the fire, like a written note that maybe you want to get rid of, or you no longer want that energy in your life anymore. Okay, for somebody super specific, I'm being shown somebody handing a check over to you. So if you've been waiting for some payment, that is something that you need to know, that this payment is coming in. It may not be, because Spirit shows these in images, which don't always have to be super literal. It may not be like one specific check that you're waiting for. It could just be that there's going to be an increase in money in the form of, just more checks, more money sent to you. Opening up to sort of abundance in general with that fire. They keep wanting to talk about that fire. Something is ignited, something is starting, something is like a roaring fire comes to life, and it allows us to receive the benefit of whatever that is starting. So maybe this, again, like money coming in, I don't know what this exactly means, but they're showing me a plateau, like I'm hearing baseline, and they're showing something like it no longer was working to go like this, and then it needs the fire to go up. So I don't know what that is. Maybe something that you're changing an approach to something, maybe business wise, or if you feel stalled out, or if you feel kind of stuck in some area of your life. Something with this fire, like maybe setting these new seeds down, planting new intentions. Maybe you're going to have an opportunity which will bring you out of that like plateau that you've been at, or like, yeah. They want somebody here to slow down. There's a message you need to hear to allow yourself more time for self-care. It may just be small things like taking an extra 30 minutes to unwind before bed, or having a morning ritual, but something to kind of slow down. I'm hearing take the pressure off. So slow down and take the pressure off, because this will help you to achieve whatever this is that you're wanting to achieve, or just that you need some time, you know, especially with the reference of like the baseline or the plateau. Some of you may be burned out even, and I'm hearing this needs your attention. So there is something that needs your attention, and that's going to be personal to a lot of you, but it's overall, it has the same theme of self-care. It could be your spiritual health, it could be your physical health, if that resonates with somebody. It could be something that like needs your attention right now. Like you need your own attention right now. Somebody also needs to know that if you feel called to paint, this could be a really healing thing for you to do. It could also be a self-care ritual. If you want to just paint like for a hobby, pick up a paintbrush and some paint and set aside some time to unwind with that. But could also be any other creative outlet for you. There's a very strong, somebody here could work with a certain deity. It's not clear who it is, but it's a very warrior type of energy. So it's a very strong, could even be a masculine, or could be a, maybe even Kali, something which is a very like strong presence. They want somebody here to know that they're connecting with you because they want you to know that you're going to get through whatever this is. There's some sort of like support being given to you that you need to know right now, which is a very strong message. Like this message really needs to come through for somebody. I don't know if you've been feeling like you're giving up on something, or if you've been feeling that you don't have the support you need to persevere with something, but this guide or deity or somebody here is coming up to be around you, to like give you a fierce protection, but like a fierce, like bold message to keep going, that you're going to overcome this. So even like channeling that type of energy in whatever way you want to do that, like channeling this very warrior type of energy through like dancing or drums or something which can get you into like that fire again, that inspiration, maybe even your masculine side for some of you, something like that, which is going to be a balance between the self-care and that. But okay, I'm hearing at twilight or twilight, I'm hearing. Also something about nighttime. I don't know, this is very specific for somebody. If you ever feel called to, this may sound very strange, but this is what I'm getting. If you ever feel called to like go out in the middle of the night and do some kind of ritual outside, or even in like the woods, you know, I don't know if it's maybe a full moon or something like that, but I'm just being shown a call here to get in touch with some primal instincts, but also at the same time, there's like this night goddess type of energy, or something where if like, I don't know, go out at nighttime and do some ritual, which it seems like the ritual would be surrounding inspiration, fire, maybe a fire, having a bonfire, something which can give you a spark and can, you know, like dancing around the fire and chanting even. Something like that's coming through for somebody. What messages does group number 2 really need to hear? If somebody has been having car issues, they want you to get your car checked out. It doesn't have to be like it's a severe thing, but just get your car checked out. They're showing me that check again. What does group number 2 really need to hear right now? Yeah, a lot of you have, again, this passed on loved one, or could just be a group of guides, could be ancestors as well. They're very much watching over you and feeling very proud of you, feeling like almost a sense of admiration as to what you've been up to or like what you're doing. I feel a lot of you are very spiritually guided, and there's a strong feeling of like a lot of knowledge is coming to you right now. A lot of information through these like rituals or through whoever you connect with. And they want you here to know that you're being very, it's almost giving the impression of like everything that you do is guided. Like it could be small things that you feel guided to do, like you want to pick up a certain book, or you feel guided to go out in the forest at midnight. It's like everything is very guided right now. And so there's a very strong spiritual connection that you've established here, and that's something that you need to know. It may have just been increased though recently. It may have been like taken up a notch or something, but I'm hearing when it rains, it pours. But they're almost showing this to be in maybe like some kind of release here. Could be on both ends of the spectrum. Like when it rains, it pours is typically associated with when something bad happens, everything else bad happens. But it can be the opposite too. Like when good rain comes in, kind of the rest of the rain will come in. So more abundance will follow. There's something here about some sort of shift of the tides here, or change of the winds for you. Let me see. Something about studying and knowledge keeps coming up though. I don't know if you feel drawn to study something, or if some of you are studying something right now. There's some like secret knowledge being handed to you at this time. It's almost, they're giving me like glimpses of it, but then it kind of goes back to like the knowledge reference. But there's something really big that like is preparing or is in preparation for you, which is that bonfire again. Some kind of spark is gonna, it's gonna go from like a tiny flame to a roaring fire. And they almost want you to know that like, yeah, with the reference of like keep plugging through, like something big is going to happen if you just keep on the track. If you just keep, for some it could be you're studying something, so keep studying. You know, maybe you're almost graduating with something, or this could be just any kind of knowledge more from like a more spiritual perspective that you're learning. And they want to, it's almost like I'm seeing your guides and ancestors again up here, and they're saying like only a few more weeks, or I don't know the timing, but like keep studying this, or keep going, because you're about to see this like explosion of the fire igniting, which is going to be well worth it here in the end, or well worth all of your trials and tribulations that you've been through. So, but I almost feel like there's a very focused presence here. They don't want you to lose focus. So they almost don't want to bring you too close to that message, because maybe it would, you know, be something to where you would lose focus. So yeah, basically just the message that really needs to find you is keep going, keep pushing. You have something really big which is going to develop from this, or you can see the light at the end of the tunnel. Maybe you can see, again, maybe it's literal for some of you, like you're studying for something and you can kind of see that you almost have that like maybe job that you'll have after you graduate, or maybe you're studying for some certification which is going to take your career up a notch, or maybe even it's just self-work that you're doing. Like you can see the light at the end of the tunnel, you can see the fire there at the end of the tunnel, and you're walking towards that direction and you're almost there. So this is a message here that needs to reach you to keep pushing, basically keep on the track, keep going. And in the meantime, sort of, there's a lot of very sacred knowledge being kind of delivered to you. So for those of you who this is not like a literal study, it's more of the fact that you are really absorbing a lot of very divine insights and wisdom, which seem to be, again, like the nighttime. So very underworld, very like deep information that's coming from some secrets of the universe kind of sensation here. So really, really, there's a very strong presence of this, and they're showing me a lot of purple now, and I'm hearing cosmos, and I'm seeing this purple swirl. So there's quite a bit of change happening for you, involving, again, like what you're integrating and absorbing in terms of knowledge is the best way to put it. So just keep doing whatever it is you're doing, which is enhancing this, or is helping you tap more into this. I'm hearing the glass is half full, not half empty. And they're showing either a need for the shift of perspective if you feel like you're focusing on the negatives or the flaws with yourself or with maybe something around you. They want you to flip that around and to look at the positive side. Look at what's growing, not what's dying, or look at like what's being watered, what's blooming, and try to sort of push down the negative thoughts or the negative sensations. Not that you should suppress it or be suppressing the shadow aspect, because I don't think that's healthy, but there is something to where maybe it's an excess, maybe you're thinking too negatively about something, or there's a tendency to focus on the negatives. Yeah, they're showing now a light bulb. So a lot about light, the candle, the fire, the light bulb. And they're showing it to be like some idea or something which is just going to, I just don't know what that is, but they are showing me somebody walking into a closet and finding the string that pulls the light bulb. And then the light bulb is just illuminated and you found the solution, or you found the idea, the golden idea. So I don't know what that is. It could just be you coming back online within self, or you, again, the inspiration coming to life. Maybe it's more of a broad sense of the light is back, meaning a variety of things. The light of happiness, the light of joy, the light of creativity, the light of solutions. You know, it's like it's coming back here. I'm hearing follow your instincts, and I'm seeing a wolf pack. Follow your instincts. Again, there's a very like primal feeling with this pile, so I don't know what that's going to mean for you, but maybe you're reconnecting to like something primal here, or just like there's a call to reconnect to nature, even like raw nature. Follow your instincts. And they're showing me like a wolf, and how, you know, the wolf can smell and sense and feel their surroundings and their path, and that's what they're asking you to do here too. I'm hearing drop the heavy weight, and I'm seeing angels now taking something heavy off of you from the back. So drop the heavy weight. Yeah, and it all kind of goes together with me with the fire reference, because it's hard to spark. It's almost like if you picture trying to light a fire, but there's rocks on top of it. It's not going to light. The oxygen is being starved. You're smothering the fire. So there's something to where somebody here needs to hear this, that it's time to drop the weight. It's time to like take off the shackles, whatever those things might be that you're carrying, that you're holding on to. Maybe it's taking care of other people too much, or maybe it's the burdens of a situation for you. But there's just something to where it's time to drop that weight now. And I'm hearing karma is taking care of it. So yeah, you don't have to involve yourself in that. Whatever it is that you're holding on to, whether it's about a person, a situation, something from the past, or something about what's even coming up in the future, I'm just getting that some of you need to know that you're biting off more than you can chew with that. And so again, you are highly, highly protected here, and there's such a strong like support system in spirit for you that they want to bring through the message that it can be easy sometimes when we get too dense in our human form to think that we have to take care of everything, or that we need to make sure that this person knows what they did wrong, or that we need to make sure that this past situation resolves itself. And they just want somebody to know right now that if it was supposed to be solved at this point, it would be, or if it was supposed to come through at this point, it would have already. So whatever that's going to mean for you, but they just want you to know that they have not missed anything. Like spirit has not missed anything that you think that maybe has been missed, you know? So basically you're carrying a weight that is just empty. Like you're carrying heavy weights for you, but there's actually nothing in those weights, like, if that makes sense. So you're carrying weight for nothing, because what you're carrying on your back can't be solved by you carrying it on your back. I really hope that makes sense. So they want you to know, your angels are really giving an urgent message for this, that please drop the weight, like please drop whatever this is that's smothering your fire. So that you can really take care of yourself here too, and that you can plant those seeds and water them and see them sprout up. Because again, if you're smothering them, you're depleting the water in your own tank to even water those seeds, so they're going to remain dry, and it's not even necessary for you to do that. So for example, if you're holding on to maybe like a connection or a person, again, spirit would have brought this through by now if it was supposed to be, or if it was supposed to be right now. So if something is not aligning, and this doesn't go for everybody, but since you do seem to be very spiritually aligned and very spiritually protected, it is a lot for you, this message, that you can't control the outcome of those things. I'm hearing, do you want to be second place or do you want to be first? But they're referring this to be, do you want to put yourself second place or do you want to put yourself first? That's your choice. But they're strongly encouraging you to put yourself first. Okay, so is there any final message here before we go, Spirit, for group number 2? I have no idea why I'm hearing the Detroit Red Wings. I don't know if that means something for somebody. I mean, I know it's a hockey team, but I don't know what it means for you. Is there any final message here for group number 2? Yeah, they're telling me the quote here by, I think it's Buddha. I don't know, but holding on to fire or holding on to poison. I don't know. I always butcher the quotes, but something like holding on to the poison and expecting the other person to die. I'm hearing that. So that's very much in alignment with what just came up here with the weight on the back. And lastly, they want to close this off with saying that with the reference I kept getting of somebody like studying, and then you can see the fire in the at the end of the tunnel, they want you to know that that's not far off, but when you get to that fire, you're going to look back on the weight that you were carrying, and you're going to see it in a totally different light, because you're going to see it like, why was I even carrying that weight in the first place? Because you're either going to like accomplish something so great, or you're going to be in such a like strong position, which is why your guides have been applauding you and keep like want you to keep going, because maybe you're getting distracted by things which are not even important at this point to where you're going. So it's almost giving me the impression of like somebody who goes through like a complete glow up or a complete life change, and you're in some new position. And so the people or the situations that you were carrying before are going to feel their own sense of regret, because they're going to see you here in this new fire element, and they're going to feel their own regret. But you've been holding on to thinking that they should feel that now, when really you should be focusing on keep going in that tunnel, because something is going to be very much of a big shift for you when you're in that fire energy, where that's going to be your justice kind of. So basically, like, you staying on this path is the best justice that you can give yourself, because when you get there, you're going to see why it was worth that, and why everything that you had been holding on to is going to switch itself around. That's what I'm seeing here. But I will leave it here for you, I think, group number 2. I hope that this was helpful. If you did enjoy it, please give it a thumbs up, comment down below. I'd appreciate it. And I will talk to you all next time. Take care and lots of love. Hello, group number 3. If you chose the camera, let's go ahead and see what comes out for you. So let's just clear some of the energy here, and let's see what comes through. So Spirit, tune me in, please, to anybody who chose group number 3, the camera pile. So allow us to channel, please, any urgent messages. What do they need to hear? So at the time that they clicked on this reading, what messages need to come up for them? What do they most need to hear at this time and coming in shortly? What are some urgent, necessary messages that need to come out for group number 3? I trust that the souls who are here are guided to this message at the right time. Okay, I'm hearing, for some reason, Spirit has been very inspirational today. Every pile has had quotes that are coming up, which don't normally. I'm hearing all that wander are not lost. So that quote could resonate with you. And obviously with that quote, there's a very kind of free-spirited discovery type of feeling with that. And so I'm getting that some of you, what you need to hear right now is that, to be honest, there's actually a bit of a tough love message coming up. If this part resonates with you, then you would know, but if not, it's okay. But I'm hearing Spirit say it's time to get up and start moving, and they're showing there to be a connection to this camera, like the past. Maybe some of you are living in the past. This won't be for everybody, this message, but there's something about like it's time to get up and go. It's time to get up and move. And this could be that there's a connection to the reference that all that wander are not lost. And there's a strong feeling of like the inner child. There's a strong connection to playfulness here. And I do feel like for a lot of you, there are many opportunities waiting for you out there. And what needs to find you at this time is that you may be thinking that either they're not, or you may be dwelling on the past, or if it's not something that you're aware of, it could be that you're kind of stuck in some repetitive pattern of self. And so they want to say that there are so many better things out there for you. There's so many better opportunities than what you may be kind of sitting on at this point or thinking back to. Okay. And I'm hearing that for someone here, you also need to be open here at this point to information coming through. So opening your ears, opening your eyes, really observing everything around you, observing what is and what isn't, and being honest with yourself about those things. That's something coming through here. I'm hearing you were born to be different, and they're showing me a zebra. So you were born to be different. You need to know that this pile out of the three feels the most urgent. Like there's a lot of, and again, if this doesn't resonate with you, that's okay, but there's a lot of like kind of like tough love messages coming out. So I'm just going to have to say them. I'm just hearing like it's time to wake up. It's time to open your eyes. It's time to move. And there's a connection to sort of not waiting, because with the reference of the zebra, you are born to be different and unique. And there's something to where you're like not following that, or not honoring yourself as much as you could with those things. So there's a feeling here that, again, they want you to sort of apply yourself to new situations maybe, or things that will really serve your highest good and your personality, something that can allow you to shine and be different. Something with crystals is coming through. Some of you may have a very strong connection to crystals, or if you have not, they are encouraging you to get into crystals, like look into different ones that you're drawn to, maybe have them around you, carry them with you, because if you work with crystals, or if you begin to work with them, you're going to see how much they actually benefit you. And with the camera, of course, this is pretty straightforward, but I am being shown something that has been running in the same place in terms of like a spinning memory maybe, or something which is just is repetitive kind of. And this reading is kind of scattered, so I'm going to jump around a little bit, but your reading here has the most messages. They're wanting to say something now about Reiki, and I'm being shown the hands of Reiki. So you either could be a healer yourself, or this could be even like maybe beneficial for you to have a Reiki session, you know, a healing work done on you. They're pointing to the chakra system and how there should be an alignment of that, because there could be some things which are misaligned. But yeah, look into Reiki if you haven't. Most of you, I'm sure you are like interested in that at least, or you're open to that. But if you've ever felt called as well, though, yourself to be a healer, that this message here could be a confirmation for you too, that you are indeed a healer. And there's something very, again, like unique about the twist that you have, or what you do. Some of you here could be natural witches. I'm being shown a witch. So you may be like, there's just something here that you're very good at, but you also have, there's a lot of very talented kind of energy running through you, or a lot of, I wouldn't even call it, I don't know what the word for it would be, like a lot of gifts, wisdom, yes, but there's another word for it here and I can't think of it, but there's just something running through you which is very electric. Or if you allow yourself the full range of yourself and your opportunities, there's so much to sort of, there's so much to experience, and there's so much to you, like that can be such a light in the world and can be so healing, you know, to other people and to yourself. So they're showing me something here about the pyramids in Egypt, also something just about the Middle East in general. So somebody could be from there, or if you ever feel called to take a trip there, I'm being shown something with that, with the sand over there is coming through for some reason, the desert sand. Yeah, I'm hearing life waits for no one. So for someone specific here, there could be a double message with this, even though what I already said is what came through, but someone else here, you could be a photographer just for somebody, and there's a call here to start visiting foreign locations around the world and to use your skills of photography. If it's not photography, this could just be in general for like, not maybe for like a career, or it could just be for a hobby. It also could be something to where you just feel called to travel in general, or you're meant to really travel. You're meant to really experience the like different cultures and different experiences around the world. And so this message could be sent to you as a confirmation of that, or to assist you in like wandering, wandering into the world, finding yourself, not sitting back, but actually moving and taking action towards those things if possible, or at least working your way towards a time where maybe you would have the funds or the money to do that. There's again, for you, you're very connected here. Some of you could be, it's giving me a very like light feeling. Like there's another group too that had this very spiritual knowledge, but yours is different. It's very airy. It's very whimsical kind of. So some of you are receiving a lot of information also while you're sleeping. And there's something here where you're tapping into future versions of yourself. And they're pointing now to this camera being like a lens that can like time travel almost, or like can capture the past, but also in a way you're being shown versions of you for the future. So there's so much energy for this pile. There's so many windows. They're showing me just like a big room. And there was like 80 windows and they're all opening. And it's like you have 80 windows to choose from. Which window are you going to choose? Like you have so many portals opening, or so much energy running through you. So you really are just meant to wander. Like they said, you're meant to wander, because it feels like for this pile, maybe it's very hard for you to choose something, or I don't know if this is just like hobbies that you want to pursue, or if it's just like your energy is beginning to be more active, or you feel restless, or this is kind of a future timeline. But there's a lot of opportunity waiting for you to be that zebra, meaning don't limit yourself to the number of windows that are available for you. Like maybe some of you have been limiting yourself. And I feel like a lot of you have something very valuable to share, to teach. Some of you may be called to be a teacher, maybe a spiritual teacher, or to share your wisdom somehow out into the world, through travel maybe, or even through like YouTube, for example, or something where you are called to share a lot of your wisdom, because again, there's something very unique about you, and there's something very unique twist kind of about either what you've already been doing, or there's parts of you which you don't even know yet, or you haven't accessed those deepest parts of you which can develop to the fullest potential that they will. So yeah, the message mainly that needs to find you here, pile number 3, is I don't know if some of you have like a guide here, or someone that you know that is almost kind of harsh with their words, or is very blunt. But I keep hearing very blunt phrases, and I'm hearing something like, if you're not happy, then do something about it. But they're saying it in such a monotone way, like, why are you asking? Just do something about it. So I feel like this could be where I'm getting that kind of tough love message for some of you, that I don't know what that is. If you've been feeling like a victim, or if you've been feeling that life is passing you by and you could do more with your life. Spirit's saying that you're the only one in control of your life. Like anything is possible. You may only see 2 windows, but you have 80 windows open, and much more. So I don't know, just kind of, I think this message is for somebody that quite literally, they also want you to dabble into things. I'm hearing dabble into. So this could even be very small things, like maybe you want to take up a course online that you are interested in. Maybe you want to take up a pottery class in town. Maybe you also want to join some kind of fitness club. I don't know, just something to where there's many things you can do. Mini and also mini, M-I-N-I, that you can do to like start to try new things, or like maybe you feel restless, or maybe you feel like there's just so much potential but you don't know how to channel it. I don't know, it's going to depend. Some of you feel stuck, some of you just feel restless, some of you feel like you have too many ideas. And so I'm hearing, and I don't know what this means, I'm not an astrology expert, but I'm hearing Saturn is gone now. Okay, so I don't know if something has happened in your astrological chart. I mean, I don't think Saturn's gone, but maybe some of you had a tough Saturn influence somehow, or maybe a Saturn return, something, and it's like it's been replaced here by Jupiter. So I don't know, maybe a tough cycle of your life is over, or for those of you who are like astrology people, there could be something literal. And if there is, let me know, because I'm trying to learn about astrology myself here too. I would say I'm just like intermediate here. I don't really know the transits and things like that, but there could be something about Saturn leaving somehow. But yeah, and it's something I'm hearing, you're gearing up. So yeah, I think this message is just for somebody that's, you know, again, either this is a call or an inspiration for you to start doing these things, or also to give you kind of a boost that this has been already on your mind, or like beginning to trail in or trickle in, that you have these things you want to pursue and these ideas, and it's like you're gearing up on like a soul level. You're putting your gear on, you're gearing up for like these adventures or for these new experiences. And there's just, for some reason, I just keep hearing the same quotes over and over, like no time wasted, there's no time to waste, life waits for nobody, wandering. So it's just like, I guess now is the time. Maybe this is just a very straightforward confirmation that if you've been thinking of doing something, then the answer is definitely a very bold yes, that right now is the time to do this. Right now is the time for adventure. Right now is the time to take up those new hobbies, or take that new course, or start this new career journey, whatever it might be. Now is certainly the time. And I'm also getting too, for some of you who are single maybe, or if you're looking for love, this is also how you're going to be putting yourself out there to meet somebody special. So maybe kind of all it goes together. Maybe if you've been sitting back, or if you've been dwelling on the past, or you haven't been taking much action, it's going to be hard to like meet that person. So they are saying that, because I'm seeing the rose here too, they're drawing me to with the camera, that you may find that you may be finding love even though you weren't looking for it. Like you may have gone on some trip just for your own healing, but then you actually find somebody compatible there as well. So it's like everything kind of opens for you when you open those windows yourself. And I don't really know what this means, but they're showing me, or I'm hearing, soft as a marshmallow inside, and they're showing something about like a very vulnerable, like tender person inside. So for some of you, this is you. Maybe you haven't shown your vulnerable side. Maybe some of you are being kind of called to almost like expose the marshmallow within and become more vulnerable with yourself, because that's going to be how, again, like these other situations and connections can reach you. You may also be connecting with somebody I'm not sure if it's now or in the future, but who has those qualities. Like they may be very tender and vulnerable and soft inside, and it's like, I don't know what exactly about it, but something about how there's a call to maybe like be more vulnerable or to make that exchange. Yeah, now I'm hearing hot and cold. And once again, Spirit's saying if it's hot and cold, then it's not worth it. Or if it's hot and cold, make it only hot. So wherever you can kind of find balance with that, maybe asking yourself, what you also need to know is like, where are things balanced maybe for you, and where are things not so balanced? Where can you call in more balance? You know, maybe it's basically like however you can find the most out of life right now, how you can find the most pleasure, the most joy, the most experiences out of life right now is something that you need to know. So if that means that you need to have more balance in your day-to-day, or if it means that you need to find more balance with the people that you surround yourself with, if somebody is hot and cold, or if you are hot and cold with certain people or certain projects, how can you find that balance so that you can make the most out of your experiences? But your energy is very crowded. It doesn't have to be in a bad way. This could just be because of those windows opening up. But I'm almost getting now, as I'm nearing the end of the reading, it's like there's static from, like 10 different channels here. And so it's making it hard to tap into just one channel, meaning like one stream of information for the reading. So I don't know if maybe you just have a lot of like things going on, or if you have a lot of people around you, or maybe you just have a lot of things that are coming in that are like energetically tugging on you in terms of like something calling you forward. So that could be where there's a call to kind of distinguish those situations right now, while at the same time opening yourself up as much as possible to those opportunities. So it's maybe like, I don't know, like if you picture the 80 windows, and there's some that are you're Xing out, there's some that you're opening, there's some that you're closing, there's some that you're shattering. I don't know. There's just a lot going on for you. They also encourage you, if that message is for you, you may benefit a lot from journaling right now, writing everything down, maybe just checking in with yourself every day, writing things down in, like a notepad or on your phone, just to sort of channel it out. But some of you, yeah, you could even have a lot of people either entering your life or energetically tugging on you. Okay, is there any final message here for group number 3 that we need to know here before we go? Okay, I have no idea what this means, but I'm being shown dinosaurs, and I'm hearing go back to the basics. So, I don't know, maybe going back to the origins of yourself, of your soul. And dinosaurs, of course, being a very long distant memory ago. So there could be something of the past, which could be a very deep message about the origins again of maybe something that's specific for some of you. Like maybe it's, let's say it's a certain like starseed race, or it's something that you have become interested in recently, or you're just searching for kind of like who you are maybe, or like the origins of yourself. there's a call to go very deep back into that here. And, you know, maybe find like, and they're connecting it now to the wander, not all that wander are lost. Where can the understanding of the origins of you lead you to understand what you're meant to do maybe in this lifetime, or like where you feel called to explore to? Yeah, I don't know how else to put it. There's just many things kind of swirling around you, and many opportunities and insights, and yeah, so just dissect that yourself and what it means for you. But it seems like it could be a very exciting time, although there was a lot of like kind of tough love or blunt messages too. So that could be where there's like a intersecting between the two. I'm hearing Spirit say, you asked for it. You asked for it, so here it is. And then lastly, I'm hearing spring cleaning. So that can go with the window reference, even if it's not spring where you are. Spring cleaning on every level, physically, mentally, spiritually, because after the nice kind of spring cleaning, all of the windows are crystal clear, and then you can more clearly see which ones you're ready to open. But I will leave it here for you, group number 3. I hope that this reading was helpful. If you did enjoy it, please give it a thumbs up, comment down below. I'd appreciate it. And I will talk to you all next time. Take care and lots of love.